Hey, folks, we'll get started in just a few minutes. All right, good afternoon, everyone. We'll go ahead and call our meeting to order. Welcome to our first JF meeting of the 2023 legislative session. It's nice to see everybody here in person and those online. I do know that our good ranking senator is stuck in a traffic accident. There's a tractor trailer issue on 84. So just in case others are on their way in, I'm sure they'll be joining us via Zoom. Any comments from my co-chair this afternoon?
Good afternoon. I'm glad you guys can be here. I don't have a lot to say. It's Friday. So I don't have much to say, but I'm looking forward to a good meeting and get some things done, do the work of the people. Thank you.
Thank you. Representative McCarty.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and just wishing everyone a good morning and happy to be here at our extensive JF first meeting and looking forward to the conversation. Thank you.
And Senator Berthel online.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. Stuck in traffic, apparently a bad accident here on the highway, but working our way towards the Capitol. Look forward to the discussion today. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Safe driving. We'll jump right in. Item number 1 for Senate Bill 1029. May I have a motion for joint favorable to the floor, please? I have a motion. May I have a second? I have a motion by Representative Belinsky, second by Senator Winfield. Senate Bill 1029 contains technical and grammatical changes only. Are there any questions or concerns on this? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, would you please call roll?
Roll call vote on SB 1029, an act concerning the Legislative Commissioner's recommendations for technical revisions to the Education and Early Childhood statutes. Representative Curry,
Yes.
Senator McCrory,
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
Representative McCarty,
Representative McCarty votes yes.
Senator Berthel,
Senator Berthel votes yes.
Representative Leeper,
Representative Leeper votes yes.
Senator Winfield,
Senator Winfield, yes.
Representative Arzeno,
Reparseno, yes.
Representative Belinsky,
Representative Belinsky votes in the affirmative.
Representative Brown,
Representative Brown votes yes.
Representative Candelaria, Representative Carney,
Representative Carney votes yes.
Representative Chalesky,
Representative Chalesky votes yes.
Representative Comey,
Representative Comey votes yes.
Representative Cook,
Representative Cook votes yes.
Representative Cooley, Representative Dauphiné, Representative Felipe, Representative Flexer, Senator Flexer, Representative Foncello,
Representative Foncello votes yes.
Representative Jenga,
Representative Jenga votes yes.
Representative Gibson, Representative Haynes,
Representative Gibson votes yes.
can you say that for me one more time,
Did you
Representative?
get that?
One more time, please.
Representative Gibson votes yes. Representative Gibson votes yes.
Thank you. Representative Haynes, Senator Harding, Representative Howard, Representative Dominique Johnson,
Representative Dominique Johnson votes yes.
Representative Susan Johnson,
Representative Susan Johnson votes yes.
Representative Kennedy.
Kennedy votes yes.
Thank you. Representative Khan, Senator Kushner,
Senator Kushner votes yes.
Senator Maroney, Representative Mara,
Representative Mara votes yes.
Representative McGee,
Rep. McGee votes yes.
Senator Miller,
Senator Miller votes yes.
Representative Napoli,
Representative Napoli votes yes.
Representative Paris. Representative Poulos.
Representative Poulos votes yes.
Representative Rader. Representative Reddington Hughes. Representative Roberts.
Representative Roberts votes yes.
Representative Emmanuel Sanchez. Representative Robert Sanchez.
Representative Robert Sanchez votes yes.
Senator Seminara. Representative Smith.
Representative Smith votes yes.
Representative Welander.
Representative Welander votes yes.
And Representative Zupkis.
Representative Zupkis votes yes.
Representative Cooley, would you like to cast your vote? We can come back to you. It's okay. Yep. We will be holding votes open until 3 p.m. Please find Rosie in the education suite or via Zoom. We'll move on to item number 2, Senate Bill 1095, LCO number 5769. May I have a motion for joint favorable substitute to the floor? I have a motion by Senator Winfield, a second by Representative Jenga. This bill requires school boards to post the MOUs between the school board and law enforcement that govern the school resource officer's role in certain locations in the district, online and in schools where the SRO works. It also requires MOUs to specify SRO duties. And you'll see that the substitute language removed the requirement that was in the proposed bill that would have allowed counselors, social workers, psychologists, aides to be assigned SRO duties with the appropriate training and support. Is there any discussion or questions? Representative McCarty.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. And to begin, I would just like to make the comment how much I appreciate the collaboration that has been shown on this bill, and particularly, if I may just ask you for clarification purposes, I think there was no misunderstanding on putting the MOU on the school up on the website, and we have MOUs throughout the various districts. So, but my question goes to lines 21 and 22. Where we talk, and I think it's good to define the roles and duties of the school resource officer, but the concern was about the procedural piece. If you could just comment about, is this maintaining the standards that are used currently with restraint within the police? And I believe that if the case, once you give our answer, that I've received news from the Chief Police Association, as long as that line is clarified that they're in support of the bill.
Yes, we would not be creating a different standard of use of force, but just also as a reminder that these MOUs are negotiated between the police and the school systems, providing that local control that I know many are always looking for. So that is correct. There is no use of standard or no different standard for use of force.
And I really appreciate you clarifying that point. And I think it's generally, and I'd like to just, if I may, personally, just say how much valued our school resource officers are in our districts. And then to just say that we're working very carefully on other proposals that will look at school climate going forward. And I think that will do an awful lot of good as we look at student behavior. So I would like to say today that I'm in support of this proposal. Thank you.
Thank you. Representative Belinsky.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just I want to reiterate what Representative McCarty just said. The school resource officers that we have in use in Newtown are they're more than just police officers in a building. And the concept of cops in schools is not a consideration because they act in a way that is much closer to that of being a trusted confidant to the students and to the families. So as far as they are concerned, they serve a very noble and very important role in our schools and are quite important to our families. So I'm torn as to whether to support this out of committee or not, because frankly, I was alarmed by the testimony at the public hearing. And the fact that many constituents came before us with the assumption that they were going to have the opportunity to eliminate school resource officers altogether and replace them with social workers, et cetera. I am uncertain as to where they got that idea, but the two roles are, mutually exclusive. So one does not replace the other. One is there for the reasons of deterrence and for the reasons of community and developing a respect for police officers from the very early ages on. And I can't reiterate strongly enough how I feel about the role of school resource officers in my schools. I do agree that an MOU is a good idea. We've executed it since we started. But I'll just conclude by saying, if anybody needs to see what a school resource officer is supposed to do, I would invite them to Newtown to speak with our police, to speak with our school administration, to see the paperwork that's in place, but more importantly, to see the mutual respect and the behavior that's in place. And the fact of the matter is, our schools are overwhelmingly a place of great caring where we don't have problems with, the quote unquote cops in schools. So I'm completely supportive of them in any manner, and I am supportive of the MOU. Anything that were to come up in committee that would amend this and turn it into an SRO destruction bill would be very emotionally defended by me. Thank you very much for allowing me the emotional time to bare my soul.
Absolutely. Well, we always appreciate your passion when it comes to this particular issue. And yes, we have a number of districts in which those MOUs work well and are very clear and are posted online. This is about transparency, which I know many of us always speak about. And again, there is nothing in this piece of legislation that looks to eliminate SROs. And so I hope we can kind of move away from the false narrative that has seemed to permeate some of these conversations. Any other comments or questions? Representative Felipe.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And I just want to reiterate something that you just said, but this is not, and the conversation around this is not an indictment on our school resource officers. Bridgeport particularly, right? We have Lieutenant Grech, who recently named Captain Grech, who ran our school resource officers in Bridgeport. And they did a spectacular job in what they were trained and told to do. However, what the data suggests and doesn't suggest is what we should be looking at. What the data does not suggest is that public safety is impacted, or the safety of these students is impacted by having particularly an officer in these schools. What it does suggest is that the school to prison pipeline is aided by having police in schools. If you have an institution that is built the same way as an institution that is that holds and incarcerates people, that contributes to the school to prison pipeline. So as we go forward with looking at this legislation and this conversation, we need to look at what the data suggests and what it does not. And we should keep it there. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Representative. Any additional comments? We'll go online. We have Representative Susan Johnson.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chair, and I'm in full support of this transparency. I also wanted to mention that in my district, we have a really great innovative police, and they've been working with Eastern Connecticut State University. They were noted in the Connecticut Post for including social workers with their work. And the students have internships with our police. Our police have been included in our educational system. The students now can have a chance to be with police through the Pride Coalition that educates the students about drug abuse, educates the students about government programs, brings the students that participate into the Capitol. So we have really moved ourselves quite well together in integrating the concept of education with the aspects of police and the government. And this is just another way to make sure that people have the chance to work with the police. Gives another dimension to what policing is, adding the end of year program with a chance to utilize it in their reports to the school. So we've really integrated the educational system in my district with the police, with our local police. Thank you so much, Mr. Chair, and I look forward to continuing that kind of work and having the university systems integrated with our police and providing more educational opportunities for our students.
Thank you so much, Representative Johnson. Senator Winfield.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I want to start off by saying that if somebody said to me that the profession of policing was noble, I wouldn't actually argue with them, despite the work that I've done on police, whether that's police who are in the school or not in the school. Having said that, the nobility of the profession has nothing to do with the interaction that I have or other people who might look a little bit like me have. I have 4 children, a 23-year-old, a 17-year-old, and 2 5-year-olds. The 2 5-year-olds had a birthday not very long ago where they turned 5. It was a time for reflection for me. And I reflected on the day of their birth. And on the day of their birth, when the nurse handed them to me, I froze. And I've told this story before. And I froze because I thought about all of the things that them being on this earth means. One of the things that them being on the earth means is that they walk around and people see them and people react to them based on all of the things that have brought us to this moment, the biases included. And whether you're in a noble profession or not, you're impacted by that. And the data that Representative Felipe talked about demonstrates that. I have a hand in this bill. I brought it to the committee. It was not about the fight that we have been having in this building since we passed the MOUs a while back. As a matter of fact, it was expressly not to have that fight this year. It was to say, your district functions this way, fine. My district functions differently. Let us function differently. It was to say, if you have an SRO and you like it and your district likes it, keep it. But people keep telling me in this building, SROs are not in the schools to do the things that police officers do. They're really in the schools to do the other stuff. That's what I keep hearing. So fine, other people can do that stuff. Let them do that in their district. Well, the bill that's going to be in front of us right now doesn't have that anymore. Okay. But we still have a security issue, a non-security response issue that is not in the bill before us. And if we care about what's happening with these kids, what we will do is think about that as we move forward. I'm going to vote for this bill today, but there's more that needs to be in the bill before it passes. And if we really care, then we'll look beyond just what's come in front of us, although we should pay attention to what's come in front of us, because I sat there and listened to the people who came in front of us. And the interesting thing is, as you watched it, the young folks who we claim that we care a lot about their voice, the young folks tended to have a perspective on this, particularly the young folks of color. But young folks in general had a perspective. And if we just say, well, my district functions this way, so this is how everybody should function, even though this bill would have allowed you to function that way, then we're just ignoring those young folks and they wasted their time coming here. And I don't mean to disrespect anybody, but young person after young person after young person came here to share their perspective on the impact of what we do. It matters. And let me tell you why it matters, because those two little 5-year-olds will find themselves at some point in a school with an SRO. And I shouldn't have to hope to God that SRO is not in a noble profession where their bias means they're lucky to have me as their father, so that I can go down and deal with whatever the nonsense is. But their little friends who don't might find themselves on a path to that prison pipeline. That's not what we're supposed to be doing here. So my hope is that we think about what this bill originally was about. We include the non-security response part of the bill, and we make this better for everybody. This is not about whether your district has a great SRO or not. Happy for you. I might even say some of the SROs in my district are great. Happy for those folks. This is about all of us having the ability to go to school where we already have enough to deal with. And the parents being able to say, I don't have to worry about my kid because I have this knucklehead SRO who's operating in the way that they're operating. And I'll just say this, look, if you don't believe me, there's a thing called the secure rubric. You should look it up. The stuff that we're talking about is built into that. And that's not coming from me. That's coming from folks who do this. The stuff about training and making sure the training is standardized. The stuff about collecting data so that we update the MOUs. All of that stuff's in there. This is not radical. This is not my stuff. It was my stuff. It looked different, right? This is just what we should be doing. So thank you very much, Mr. Chair, for giving me a moment to speak on this.
Thank you so much. First going to go to Senator Berthel online.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I'm listening to the dialogue from this Zoom link, and I appreciate the comments that Senator Winfield made, as well as Representative Belinsky. And I think from conversations that I've had with some of my colleagues, there's still some concern about what the ultimate intent of this bill is. And while I think we probably could spend the rest of the afternoon having that debate and having that conversation, that's not necessarily the purpose of the meeting right now. But I agree with Senator Winfield that there's an opportunity to perhaps make some improvements to what is before us. And I think that what we will see, and from myself included, is today a no vote on this bill, which signifies more of a that so-called flag that we talk about so often in this building, and is not necessarily a complete condemnation of the bill or a complete absolute never could support it opinion on the bill. So I welcome the opportunity to work with my colleagues to make this something that is better and something that is perhaps provides a better understanding for all of us to address some of what Senator Winfield just spoke to. So I just want to put that on record, Mr. Chair, and thank you for the opportunity to share that today.
Thank you, Senator. Representative McCarty for the second time.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. I just wanted to add to the comments today that I appreciate listening to everyone. I do think that as we go forward, that we can look at a uniform training policy, perhaps for all of our SROs. And I think in working in conjunction with the chiefs of police so that we get it right, but also to allay some fears. I think this session, we are giving serious thought to behavior in our school districts, and we want to do something about it. So I would like Senator Winfield just to hear that we hear you. We want to work on restorative practices and having a good, safe, nurturing school climate. So I think we're all in agreement there that that's something we need to do. But with the SROs, I think if we get a uniform training policy, we would all probably come together in agreement as what's happening throughout our districts, because I think we all have the same goal. We want a safe, nurturing school climate. So I appreciate your willingness to work and to collaborate with us on that. And I'm looking forward to supporting the bill today with that notion that we will continue to look at what we're posting and how we're effectuating the change. Thank you.
Thank you. Senator McCrory.
Just a few comments. Coming from the perspective of everybody's voices today and what we've been talking about since I've been here, I just want to add myself, my experiences. I've worked in school districts where we had SROs, and everything that my colleagues have said they're absolutely true. The data speaks for itself. The reality speaks for itself. So that's why we're here, because we're not changing the use of force of policies that our police officers are taught to use. in their profession. We're not changing that. And you know, they're taught a certain way to house the use of force. But what we're talking about here is when they're in our schools and how they operate within our schools and what the data looks like. And one of the things that we don't want to see happen and continue to happen in some school districts where police officers are arresting kids in kindergarten through 8th grade. That ain't got nothing to do with use of force. They're arresting children in kindergarten, 8th grade. And we also have school districts where that's not taking place. And our police officers are doing a great job. The courage that our police officers demonstrated, Sandy Hook, are marvel. That's what we want to see happen when we have crises like that. That's how they were supposed to respond. But when a 3rd grader has an outbreak, because that's what 3rd graders do, I don't want to see them arrested. So that's why we're here today, to come together so we can put some policies in place, some training in place, but more importantly, I would like to see the police officer part of our school climate. So when there is something that takes place, they're at the table with the social worker, with the guidance counselor, with the mental health clinician, working together to create an environment that is safe and conducive. I do not want to see our police officers in a compromising position where they have to continue to arrest 2nd, 3rd, and 4th graders. I don't think that's what they came in those schools to do. And I don't think they want that responsibility, because that's not their responsibility. That is the responsibility of the adults who are educators, who are professionals, to do that type of work. So that's why we're here, to continue to work on this piece of legislation and make sure we put exactly what we want to see in this piece of legislation to make sure everybody's happy, safe, and comfortable. So when their children leave their schools, whether they got SRO in there or not, that relationship is wholesome and our children are safe and not on a prison to pipeline course, unfortunately, that we see in our state. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Seeing no further questions or comments, Madam Clerk, would you take roll?
Roll call on SB 1095, an act concerning school resource officers, JFS to the floor, LCO 5769. Representative Curry,
Representative Curry votes yes.
Senator McCrory,
Yes.
Representative McCarty,
Representative McCarty votes yes.
Senator Berthel,
Senator Berthel votes no.
Representative Leeper,
Representative Leeper votes yes.
Senator Winfield,
Senator Winfield, yes.
Representative Arzeno,
Reparseno, yes.
Representative Belinsky,
Representative Belinsky votes no.
Representative Candelaria. Excuse me, sorry, I skipped Representative Brown.
Representative Brown votes yes.
Representative Candelaria. Representative Carney,
Representative Carney votes no.
Representative Chalesky,
Representative Chalesky votes no.
Representative Comey,
Representative Comey votes yes.
Representative Cook, Representative Cooley,
Representative Cooley votes no.
Representative Dauphiné, Representative Felipe, Senator Flexer, Representative Fonsello,
Representative Fonsello votes no.
Representative Jenga,
Representative Jenga votes yes.
Representative Gibson,
Representative Gibson votes yes.
thank you. Representative Haynes, Senator Harding, Representative Dominique Johnson,
Representative Dominic Johnson votes yes.
Representative Howard, Representative Susan Johnson,
Representative Susan Johnson votes yes.
Representative Kennedy,
Kennedy votes no.
Representative Khan, Senator Kushner,
Senator Kushner votes yes.
Senator Maroney, Representative Mara,
Representative Mara votes no.
Representative McGee,
Rep. McGee votes yes.
Senator Miller,
Senator Miller votes yes.
Representative Napoli, Representative Paris, Representative Poulos,
Rep. Poulos votes yes.
Representative Rader, Representative Reddington Hughes,
Reddington Hughes votes no.
Representative Roberts,
Representative Roberts votes yes.
Representative Emmanuel Sanchez, Representative Robert Sanchez,
Representative Robert Sanchez votes yes.
Senator Seminara, Representative Smith,
Representative Smith votes yes.
Representative Welander,
Representative Welander votes yes.
and Representative Zupkis.
Representative Zupkis votes no, and in hopes that we will find more social workers for our schools.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Next up, Senate Bill 1097 LCO 5838. May I have a motion for a joint favorable substitute to the floor, please?
Second.
I have a motion by Senator Winfield, a second by Senator McCrory. Senate Bill 1097 requires the State Board of Education to adopt regs that require school nurses to complete at least 15 hours of professional development every 2 years and will create a special services endorsement for school nurses. The substitute language removes the requirement that was in the proposed bill that would have required the school nurses to obtain a bachelor's degree within 5 years. Is there any discussion or comments on this bill? Oh, thank you. Representative Comey. Sorry.
Thank you so much. And thank you to the committee leadership for moving this bill forward. For so many years, I've been really I've been reading the school nurse surveys and keeping in touch with my school nurses in the district, and know how appreciative they are going to be of having this additional professional development, especially they've been talking about the mental health needs of their children growing and their need for additional professional development. So I appreciate the committee's leadership on this, and I look forward to casting a yes vote. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Seeing other questions or comments, Madam Clerk?
Roll call vote on SB 1097, an act concerning school nurses, JFS to the floor, LCO 5838. Representative Curry,
Representative Curry votes yes.
Senator McCrory,
Senator McCrory votes yes.
Representative McCarty,
Representative McCarty votes yes.
Senator Berthel,
Senator Berthel votes yes.
Representative Leeper,
Representative Leeper votes yes.
Senator Winfield,
Senator Winfield, yes.
Representative Arzeno,
Rep. Arseno vote yes.
Representative Belinsky,
Representative Belinsky votes in the affirmative.
Representative Brown,
Representative Brown votes yes.
Representative Candelaria, Representative Carney,
Sorry, Representative Carney votes yes.
Representative Chalesky,
Representative Chalesky votes yes.
Representative Comey,
Representative Comey votes yes.
Representative Cook, Representative Cooley,
Representative Cooley votes yes.
Representative Dauphiné, Representative Felipe, Senator Flexer, Representative Foncello,
Representative Foncello votes yes.
Representative Jenga,
Representative Jenga votes yes.
Representative Gibson, Representative Haynes, Senator Harding. Representative Howard. Representative Dominique Johnson.
Representative Dominic Johnson votes yes.
Representative Susan Johnson.
Representative Susan Johnson votes yes.
Representative Kennedy.
Kennedy votes yes.
Representative Khan. Senator Kushner.
Senator Kushner votes yes.
Senator Maroney. Representative Mara. Representative McGee. Senator Miller. Representative Napoli. Representative Paris. Representative Poulos.
Representative Poulos votes yes.
Representative Rader. Representative Reddington Hughes.
Yes.
Representative Roberts.
Representative Roberts votes yes.
Representative Emmanuel Sanchez. Representative Bobby Sanchez.
Representative Bobby Sanchez votes yes.
Senator Seminara. Representative Smith.
Representative Smith votes yes.
Representative Welander.
Representative Welander votes yes.
And Representative Zupkis.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Just as a reminder, again, votes will be held open until 3 p.m. today.
Excuse me, Mr. Chair, if I may cast my vote, please, as Senator Miller.
Absolutely, Senator Miller.
Senator Miller votes yes.
Anyone else online that we missed?
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Anything for you, Senator Miller. All right,
Mr. Chair, may I cast my vote?
Oh, yes, Representative Gibson.
Representative Gibson votes yes. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you so much, sir. Moving along, Senate Bill 1164, may I have a motion for a joint favorable to the floor, please?
Second.
I have a motion by Representative Belinsky, a second by Representative Cook. This is an act concerning a review of the regs relating to education that would require SDE to submit that to our committee by January 1st of 2024, but also allows them to provide an updated or a suggested schedule for how they may do that, staggered by subject matter, provided that the committee chairs approve of that. Is there any discussion, questions, concerns? Seeing none, Madam Clerk.
Roll call vote on SB 1164, an act concerning a review of the regulations relating to education. JF to the floor. Representative Curry.
Representative Curry votes yes.
Senator McCrory.
Senator McCrory votes yes.
Representative McCarty.
Representative McCarty votes yes.
Senator Bertha.
Senator Berthel votes yes.
Representative Leeper.
Representative Leeper votes yes.
Senator Winfield.
Senator Winfield, yes.
Representative Arzeno.
Representative votes yes.
Representative Belinsky.
Belinsky votes yes.
Representative Brown.
Representative Brown votes yes.
Representative Candelaria. Representative Carney.
Representative Carney votes yes.
Representative Chaleski.
Representative Chaleski votes yes.
Representative Comey.
Representative Comey votes yes.
Representative Cook. Representative Cooley.
Representative Cooley votes yes.
Representative Dauphiné. Representative Felipe. Senator Flexer. Representative Fonsello.
Representative Fonsello votes yes.
Representative Jenga.
Representative Jenga votes yes.
Representative Gibson.
Representative Gibson votes yes.
Representative Haynes. Senator Harding. Representative Howard. Representative Dominique Johnson.
Representative Dominic Johnson votes yes.
Representative Susan Johnson. Representative Kennedy.
Representative Susan Johnson votes yes. Sorry, flubble doubles.
Representative Kennedy. Representative Khan. Senator Kushner.
Senator Kushner votes yes.
Senator Maroney. Representative Mara. Representative McGee. Senator Miller.
Senator Miller votes yes.
Representative Napoli. Representative Paris. Representative Poulos.
Rep. Poulos votes yes.
Representative Rader. Representative Reddington Hughes.
Reddington Hughes votes yes.
Representative Roberts.
Representative Roberts votes yes.
Representative Emmanuel Sanchez. Representative Robert Sanchez.
Representative Robert Sanchez votes yes.
Senator Seminara. Representative Smith.
Representative Smith votes yes.
Representative Welander.
Representative Welander votes yes.
And Representative Zupkis.
Do we miss anybody online? All right, thank you so much. Moving on to number 5, Senate Bill 1165. May I have a motion for joint favorable to the floor, please?
So moved.
I have a second. I have a motion by Representative Cook, a second by Representative Felipe. 1165 is an act concerning financial literacy instruction. This would add a half credit of personal financial literacy to high school graduation requirements, beginning with the class of 2027. And in doing so, it adds this to the state's required program of instruction for public schools. Is there any comments or questions? Representative McCarty.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. And I'd like to just ask a question because I think we all value financial literacy and we want to see that. And I'm pleased to say the Department of Education is now looking at early on curriculum 3 through 5th grade and 6 through 8. So we are taking notice of the importance of financial literacy. My hesitation in the past has always been about putting an extra mandate on our school students because we know we require 25 credits of them to graduate. So I'm going to support the proposal today, but with the understanding that we will look at flexibility within the language that would allow the students to use, to pick up the financial literacy course in one of the areas, perhaps STEM or the electives or somewhere within integrated that they're already required to do, not adding on extra work. This is, would you comment on that for me, please?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the ongoing discussion is about requiring this and utilizing the current requirements for graduation as opposed to adding something new. But I do think that it's important to reiterate the importance of including this within the requirements, as we heard from a number of those testifying just how this was transformative in their lives and getting them prepared and ready for the real world once they left the halls of our classrooms. So yes, that conversation is ongoing.
So with that, hearing that from you, I will support this today, but I will reserve the right if I don't see that in the language going forward, because I think that's so crucial that we can't take away more flexibility with our students. Thank you.
Thank you. Representative McGee.
Thank you, Chairman. I'm really excited about students learning about financial literacy. I learned that schools with a more business focused or business approach, students learn a little bit more about the stock market and investing, but students typically in public schools do not learn how to write checks or how to invest or start businesses. So I'm looking forward to this. I think that this is really, we say things are the future, but this is really today. And I'm excited for students to learn about developing and evolving financially and being a part of establishing a stronger financial future where students are not in debt as much as they are today. So thank you.
Thank you. And we're looking forward to them to be able to write checks, but they have to learn cursive first so they can sign their name. Representative Felipe.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And I know a lot of people who were either opposed or are talking about the way that we changed this bill. We're talking about it being, offered in certain places, being more of a suggestive course. However, when you look at those places that do offer it, that people do take it, the median income there is high and has been high. It doesn't affect districts like mine, places where the median income may be a lot lower. If we were to have access to that class, there's no telling that our districts would take up on it. We need to make sure that this is universally taught. I don't think there is a universal skill that's more important in our schools, maybe behind reading and math, that you could teach. So adding it to those requirements, I think, is just something that is something that's long overdue, something that will help us get out of this place. And we talk about how good Connecticut is doing economically right now. If our children don't learn how to budget, if we don't learn how to manage our finances, we're going to end up back in 2017 at some point, maybe not sometime soon, but at some time in the future. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Representative Cooley.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. As I stated before, I think that the issue of personal debt is a huge national problem and one that has to be addressed. And I believe that financial literacy for all students in every school in the state of Connecticut is of paramount importance, so that they're prepared to go forward, because that personal debt becomes a problem not only for themselves, but their children, in terms of parents being able to give their kids opportunity. If they're in debt, it limits what they can do. So I am in favor of however we can get the financial literacy in the curriculum, and any methods that we can use to get every school to be teaching it, I will support. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. And I think it's important note to make that, yes, it's one of many ways that we can come at intergenerational poverty and how we may work to prevent that. Representative Radar online.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to reiterate what so many of my colleagues have already said. I think it's inherently important that our students graduate with these skills. And I'm concerned if we leave it up to districts and how to interpret that. I want to be flexible, but I also want to be very clear that the intention is that every student does graduate with these skills. And I do think that there is some creative ways that districts can work this into curriculum. But I'm just so happy to be supporting this, and I thank you for bringing it forth for a vote.
Thank you so much, Representative. Representative Kennedy. And I hope you're feeling better.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I apologize. I think I'm sideways on my screen. Getting there. Thank you very much. I just want to know, I will be supporting this today, but I did want to point out that many districts currently offer this. And as looking over all the testimony, there is a potential to reduce choices for our students in school and could potentially impact their high school graduation requirements. And I would also point everyone to the commissioner's testimony for potential unintended consequences if this becomes a mandate, adding this additional half credit for our students. So I just wanted to just bring those points to the table, just kind of flag it as the word that we say, but I will support this today, but with caution. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Representative. Any other, Representative Belinsky?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to reiterate, thank you to Representative Kennedy for calling our attention back to the commissioner's testimony. So I think that this is so incredibly vital and important. It's been 10 years, but I mean, at one point I was teaching junior achievement, as a guest person in Hartford schools, and I taught financial literacy and the enthusiasm for knowing how to open a checking account and the concepts of budgeting and all of that is something that, the children that I had the opportunity to speak to were just absolutely, loving. So this is terribly important. I am going to vote to support this, but I am cautious about it not being a mandate. And in deference to what Representative Kennedy said, we have a lot of school districts that are offering this, and it's like the #1 elective. So with a little tiny bit of prodding, we can get people to headlong dive right into this, I hope. So thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much. And I wish the carrot always works, but sometimes you just got to get it done. Senator Bertho.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
this bill has been before this committee in some fashion or another for as long as I've been in the legislature. And I think we're at a good point in time today. Enjoy the dialogue in terms of having to possibly, to my good co-ranking in the House, her comments about having to make sure that we're deliberate in terms of the application of this and not interfering with potentially other graduation requirements. But I think this is a great bill. It speaks to preparing our youth who may go to college, may not, whatever, going into trades, going directly to work, to be more prepared, and something that for some reason we stopped doing many years ago in our schools. So I look forward to supporting this bill and working, if we get to it, to getting it to an even better space. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you so much. Senator McCrory?
I'm good.
Okay. Seeing no further comments. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Representative Costello.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I think this is a life skill that absolutely needs to be taught and learned. I am concerned about how we will execute this, and I'm sure we'll have the opportunity to tweak this somewhere down the road here, and I'm going to be supporting it.
Thank you so much for that. Any other questions or comments? Nothing online? Oh, I'm sorry about that. Representative Reddington Hughes.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Chair. I think that this definitely is a really beneficial thing for kids to have, like long term. I am concerned with the financial application of it and where that money is coming from and what is going to be the long-term game there. So I will support it cautiously. I certainly would not want it to be a mandate.
Thank you so much. Any other comments, questions? All right, Madam Clerk.
Roll call vote on SB 1165, an act concerning financial literacy instruction. JF to the floor. Representative Curry,
Representative Curry votes yes.
Senator McCrory,
Yes.
Representative McCarty,
Representative McCarty votes yes.
Senator Berthel,
Senator Berthel votes yes.
Representative Leeper,
Representative Leeper votes yes.
Senator Winfield,
Senator Winfield, yes.
Representative Arzeno,
Representative votes yes.
Representative Belinsky,
Belinsky votes yes.
Representative Brown,
Representative Brown votes yes.
Representative Candelaria, Representative Carney,
Representative Carney votes yes.
Representative Chalesky,
Representative Chalesky votes yes.
Representative Comey,
Representative Comey votes yes.
Representative Cook, Representative Cooley,
Representative Cooley votes yes.
Representative Daphne, Representative Felipe, Senator Flexer, Representative Poncello,
Representative Fonsello votes yes.
Representative Jenga,
Jenga votes yes.
Representative Gibson, Representative,
Representative Gibson votes yes.
thank you, Representative Gibson,
You're welcome.
Representative Haynes, Senator Harding, Representative Howard, Representative Dominique Johnson,
Representative Dominic Johnson votes yes.
Representative Susan Johnson,
Representative Susan Johnson votes yes.
Representative Kennedy.
Kennedy votes yes.
Can you say that one more time for me?
Sure. Kennedy votes yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
One more time, sorry.
I'm sorry. Kennedy votes yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Representative Khan. Senator Kushner,
Senator Kushner votes yes.
Senator Maroney, Representative Mara, Representative McGee, Senator Miller,
Senator Miller votes yes.
Representative Napoli, Representative Paris, Representative Poulos,
Rep Poulos votes yes.
Representative Rader,
Representative Rader votes yes.
Representative Reddington Hughes,
Yes.
Representative Roberts,
Representative Roberts votes yes.
Representative Emmanuel Sanchez. Representative Bobby Sanchez.
Representative Bobby Sanchez votes yes.
Senator Seminara. Representative Smith.
Representative Smith votes yes.
Representative Welander. And Representative Zupkis.
Is there anyone online that we may have missed? All right, moving along to number 6 on our agenda, House Bill 6663, LCO number 5819. May I have a motion for a JFS to the Appropriations Committee, please? May I have? I have a motion by Rep. Cook, a second by Rep. Belinsky. This is an act establishing the English Learners Bill of Rights, requiring the State Board of Education to draft said rights for parents and guardians of English learner students to guarantee the rights of both are safeguarded and protected in the provisions of bilingual education under state law. The substitute language that we have included modifies language that there's a right to translation services, not necessarily in person, but they can use online or telephone platforms, or an internet website or other kind of means. Any questions or comments on this? Representative Felipe.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and I'm happy to support this legislation. One thing that I would like to flag is just the recourse piece of this. There needs to be some recourse for parents when they experience a lack of this going forward. And they should be able to talk to SDE and get them to step in when these services aren't being provided, because these are vitally important. That's why we're voting on it today. And hopefully that is something we discuss moving forward. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Representative McCarty.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. And I'm happy to be able to support this legislation today, and just want to commend everyone for working on this, because I think we have such an influx in English language learners, and it's only right that they should have these provisions made. But it was difficult to try to ensure that there would be an interpreter. So I really appreciate the language that we can offer additional translation services through other means. And I just wanted to make that comment because I think, and you expressed it very well, that was the major concern. How could we actually accomplish this? So by having those ability to have the translation services through these different means is excellent. So thank you.
Thank you, Representative. Representative Susan Johnson online.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chair. And I just want to thank the committee for raising this and supporting this bill. This is a lot of work, and I know that we have a long way to go to make sure that our students are bilingual and have the opportunity to get the right type of education. So I think this is a great start. I'm glad to see us moving forward in this area, and I look forward to the work the committee will do in the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Representative. Any other comments or questions from members? Oh, Representative Cooley.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I know there's been some discussion of cost on this, and the translation through other means, I know, is a means of controlling that. And I want to thank the ranking members for working on that, because a lot of the school districts, this could be financially a breaker for them. So having the other means is greatly appreciated. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Representative. Any other comments or questions? No, I would just like to thank Representative Felipe for his advocacy and leadership on this, as this does impact a number of our districts, a large number of students within each of our districts. And hopefully this will provide kind of that platform to ensure that everybody is getting the essential educational opportunities that they are privileged to have here in the state of Connecticut. With that, Madam Clerk.
Roll call vote on HB 6663, an act establishing the English Learners Bill of Rights, JFS to approps, LCO 5819. Representative Curry.
Representative Curry votes yes.
Senator McCrory.
Yes.
Representative McCarty.
Representative McCarty votes yes.
Senator Berthel.
Senator Berthel votes yes.
Representative Leeper.
Representative Leeper votes yes.
Senator Winfield,
Senator Winfield, yes.
Representative Arzeno,
Rep. Arseno, yes.
Representative Belinsky,
Rep. Polinsky votes in the affirmative.
Representative Brown,
Representative Brown votes yes.
Representative Candelaria, Representative Carney,
Representative Carney votes yes.
Representative Chaleski,
Representative Chaleski votes yes.
Representative Comey,
Representative Comey votes yes.
Representative Cook, Representative Cooley,
Representative Cooley votes yes.
Representative Dauphiné, Representative Felipe, Senator Flexer, Representative Fonsello,
Representative Fonsello votes yes.
Representative Jenga, Representative Gibson,
Representative Gibson votes yes.
Representative Haynes, Senator Harding, Representative Howard, Representative Dominique Johnson,
Representative Dominic Johnson votes yes.
Representative Susan Johnson.
Representative Susan Johnson votes yes.
Can you turn your camera on, Representative?
Representative Johnson votes yes.
Thank you. Representative Kennedy.
Kennedy votes yes.
One more time,
Yeah.
Representative.
Kennedy votes yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Representative Khan. Senator Kushner,
Senator Kushner votes yes.
Senator Maroney, Representative Mara, Representative McGee, Senator Miller,
Senator Miller votes yes.
Representative Napoli.
Napoli votes yes.
One more time, Representative.
Napoli votes yes.
Sorry, one more time.
Representative Napoli votes yes.
Thank you. Representative Paris. Representative Poulos,
Rep. Poulos votes yes.
Representative Rader, Representative Reddington Hughes,
Yes.
Representative Roberts,
Representative Roberts votes yes.
Representative Emmanuel Sanchez, Representative Robert Sanchez,
Representative Robert Sanchez votes yes.
Senator Seminara, Representative Smith,
Representative Smith votes yes.
Representative Welander, and Representative Zupkis.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Anybody online that we may have missed? All right, moving along to item number 7 for House Bill 6758. We have a motion for joint favorable to the floor, please. May I have a motion?
Motion.
I have a motion by Senator Winfield, seconded by Representative Felipe. This would require the State Department of Education to employ additional staffing, specifically 5 special education evaluators. We heard from a number of members that there were concerns with respect to the services provided within their respective school districts from parents of special ed students to ensure that the services they were receiving were adequate and meeting the needs of their students. And this would allow for local districts to utilize these evaluators to come in and evaluate and assess these services. In section 2, a number of us, I'm sure, heard from advocates who were looking for information, data, and to ensure that the implementation of the Holocaust and genocide curriculum that was passed was being done the way in which we had intended. And so rather than limit it to only that, we were going to have at least one curriculum coordinator who's going to be able to assist and provide the curriculum materials to school boards to ensure those were implemented, again, in the manner in which we had intended. And this would include financial literacy, CPR, the African American, Black, and Puerto Rican, Latino studies, Native American studies, and the Holocaust and genocide education and awareness. Are there any questions for Representative McCarty?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Just one quick comment and a reminder that this is the Education Committee. So if you believe in the substance of the proposal, and I see my colleague looking over at me, appropriations will deal with the funding aspect of the bill. So today we just voted out financial literacy. We see that we're putting additional mandates on our school districts. I think it's only right that we look at having a curriculum coordinator to help with those new duties and roles as we keep adding and adding and adding. And so I am supportive today, but I just wanted to make that reminder, while it's a JF to the floor, it will still require a fiscal note. And so that is not our concern. So thank you. Thank you. It is our concern, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, and that is correct. And so anytime we are sending anything to the floor, this will go to the screening committees in the respective, whether the House or the Senate, and they will decide on where that must go. If there is a fiscal note, there is a requirement that goes to the Appropriations Committee for additional review and conversations, assuming it meets a certain threshold. It's also important to know that when we're talking about the staffing over at SDE, while there may be 275 listed in their budget book, only 176 of those, I believe, are actually funded, and of those, about 104 are actually filled. So I think we are trying to do all we can to ensure that SDE is staffed up to be able to do the work that we've asked them to do and the work that they should be doing on behalf of the students and the educators throughout the state of Connecticut. Any other comments, or Representative Carney?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. And I was thinking about what you just said regarding the current openings at the State Department of Ed. I'm just wondering if is this necessary legislatively? I mean, could the commissioner simply restructure a certain open position to allow for the 5 special education evaluators and then the curriculum coordinator through you?
We are actually waiting on that very answer, Representative, because we know while they have many unfilled positions, rather than possibly adding and having an additional cost, yes, can we reclassify those and then allow those to fill these new requirements? Yes, we're looking into that.
Okay, I appreciate that answer. Thanks.
Absolutely. Any other questions or comments? Representative Susan Johnson online.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chair. Just a question in terms of the special education, the cost should be something that's absorbed by the state, if I'm understanding this properly.
Yes, these evaluators would be at the State Department of Education and would be able to be utilized by the districts to be able to come, or by the parents, excuse me, to be able to come in and evaluate the services being provided to their respective students.
Yeah, I'm just wondering because, as you know, the actual cost of special education has been shifted to the municipalities. So by and large, the municipalities do fund the special education to 4 times the per pupil cost, and then 80% by the state, and then again 20% by the towns. So shifting these, just want to make sure we're not shifting any more duties and financing of special education to the towns.
No, in fact, we're doing quite the opposite. And we know that in many communities, folks have the means to be able to hire some of these advocates and attorneys to go into these classrooms and to evaluate these services. And in many communities, they do not have that ability. And so this would level the playing field and allow for all districts to be able to utilize these evaluators to come into the schools to do these assessments.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Representative. Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, Madam Clerk.
Roll call vote on HB 6758, an act concerning staffing for certain roles at the Department of Education, JF to the floor. Representative Curry,
Yes.
Senator McCrory,
Yes.
Representative McCarty,
Representative McCarty votes yes.
Senator Berthel,
Senator Berthel votes yes.
Representative Leeper,
Yes.
Senator Winfield,
Senator Winfield, yes.
Representative Varzano,
Representative votes yes.
Representative Belinsky,
Representative Belinsky in the affirmative.
Representative Brown,
Representative Brown votes yes.
Representative Candelaria, Representative Carney,
Representative Carney votes yes.
Representative Chaleski,
Representative Chaleski votes yes.
Representative Comey,
Representative Comey votes yes.
Representative Cook, Representative Cooley,
Representative Cooley votes yes.
Representative Dauphiné. Representative Felipe. Senator Flexer. Representative Foncello.
Representative Foncello votes yes.
Representative Jenga.
Representative Jenga votes yes.
Representative Gibson. Representative Haynes. Senator Harding. Representative Howard. Representative Dominique Johnson.
Representative Dominic Johnson votes yes.
Representative Susan Johnson.
Representative Susan Johnson votes yes.
Representative Kennedy.
Kennedy votes yes.
Representative Khan. Senator Kushner.
Senator Kushner votes yes.
Senator Maroney. Representative Mara. Representative McGee. Senator Miller. Representative
Senator
Napoli.
Miller says votes yes.
Thank you. Representative Napoli.
Representative Napoli votes yes.
Representative Paris. Representative Poulos.
Rep. Poulos votes yes.
Representative Rader. Representative Reddington Hughes.
Reddington Hughes votes no.
Representative Roberts.
Representative Roberts votes yes.
Representative Emmanuel Sanchez. Representative Robert Sanchez.
Representative Sanchez, yes.
Can you say that one more time, Representative?
Representative Robert Sanchez votes yes.
We don't see you on the screen, Representative.
I have it on. Representative Robert Sanchez votes yes.
Thank you. Senator Seminara. Representative Smith. Representative Welander. And Representative Zupkis.
McGee. McGee votes yes. Thank you.
Do we miss anybody online? And just a reminder for folks here in the room, when you are voting. Representative Gibson, did you get a chance to vote?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I vote yes. Representative Gibson.
Thank you, Representative.
Thank you, sir.
Moving along to item number 8, House Bill 6760. May I have a motion for a JF to the floor, please?
So moved.
Who made the motion? I didn't hear that. Representative Brown made the motion, second by Senator Winfield. 6760, and that concerning civics education and media literacy. This would establish a task force to develop strategies to improve civic citizenship, media literacy, and American government instruction, and does add this to the required social studies program of instruction. There are a number of members who have been working on this. This continues to be a work in progress, including folks from the Governor's Hate Crimes Advisory Council, who also will be part of figuring out what this finally looks like. But it's great that we have educators here around the table who are leading these conversations. And with that, I would open it up for questions or comments to Representative Brown.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. We all sit around this table today as members of the General Assembly, and I think sometimes we not take for granted the seats we hold, but take for granted the system, the democratic system that we participate in, and that has to be taught. The purpose of public education is to foster that democratic process, to create a populace that's able to participate in this. And while there have been requirements already standing that civics be taught, it's nominal at best. I come to you today as a high school civics teacher. I was in a high school civics class this morning. It's nominal and it needs to be emphasized, so that this process that we participate in can continue to go on. And quite honestly, in some of our communities of highest need, like the school that I teach in, it's even more nominal. And I've been a part of developing civics curriculums for a number of years. I've tried to make it as hands-on as possible so that young people can actually participate in the process from a young age. That's the type of thing that's going to allow our democratic system to continue to exist. So while it's not a perfect bill and there's still things that, as the chairman said, need to be worked out, I strongly believe that this needs to be moved forward so that we can emphasize civics instruction from K through 12, starting at a young age, because the process truly does need to be taught. So I appreciate support on this bill, and just keep in mind that the very process we participate in is through the knowledge and understanding of how it works. So thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Representative. Representative Zupkis.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I would completely agree. I think it's so important. I had civics when I was young, I think 6th grade. I don't even remember. Not that it was long ago, but so I do understand the importance of it and believe that it should not be nominal, that it should be taught. The concern that I have with this bill is the task force. And so the task force is basically 11 to 4, 11 appointees by the majority party and 4 by the minority party. I understand majority and minority, but we want to talk about equitable and inclusive. That is not, it's not even 50%. It's very low. So although I will be flagging this as a no, because of that, I do hope as this bill gets more worked on that it does become more equitable, because that is way out of whack, in my opinion. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative. And the good ranking member and I have discussed that, and I think those will be part of the ongoing conversations. Oftentimes when we put a bill out in its original form, there's often just some standard appointments that are made, but those are always up for discussion. So we appreciate you bringing that up today. Representative Cooley.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'd like to thank the member on the other side of the aisle for his comments on the importance of civics, and thank you for teaching civics. As someone who's taught history and American government throughout my career, it is incredibly important. And it's not just teaching how the federal government works in the 3 branches, but the state government and the local government and all the levels of government, especially the local government, because that's where we as citizens interact with our government the most in terms of our zoning regulations and other issues, which in many civics classes is often forgotten, and students have no idea how their local government, which sets up their parking regulations, can they have a business in their house, et cetera. And that was one of the main issues when I taught at Payer College of Art years ago. We made sure that our students knew in their business class what the regulatory agencies they'd have to deal with if they were going to have an in-home studio and things like that. And that's the kind of stuff that we need our students to know so they can function through as productive citizens and be active citizens in the system, because it's government of the people, for the people, and by the people. And it can only be a government for the people and by the people if the people understand how the government works. And I think this is incredibly important, and I will be supporting it with the caveat that the working group is going to do the job and get it done. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Representative. Representative Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate all the comment on this. This has been a bill that's been very important to me since coming to the legislature. At the risk of being redundant, since I've addressed this committee on this subject last week, I am very delighted that we have support coming from Representative Brown, from Representative Napoli, both civics and social studies teachers that can bring their particular insight. Yesterday, I've been devouring in books and informations about civics education, its place in our history, the importance of it, which I think people would be astonished to the degree of which it has deteriorated in terms of its focus. But I do want to also answer Representative Zupkis. We are going to be having a working group, not the task force itself, but some input, because for a while, this particular bill, task force for civics education, kind of ran afoul of the Department of Education here, who are very engaged now in developing their model curriculum, which also includes civics. The idea of this bill, which, as the chairman mentioned, is evolving, is to take it more out of the sphere of curriculum and put it more into civic engagement. That is where education and preparation of citizenship in this country and in this state is actually applied in our daily lives. And I think that's extremely important. I also believe, as I said to Representative Zupkis's point, that this needs to be very bipartisan. It needs to be something where both sides are addressing this from a very objective and very civic-minded perspective. Unlike science and technology, which is extremely objective, you can't argue a formula, but when it comes to this subject, especially in our current time, the fracturing and the fragmenting of the opinions and different media that supports different positions makes it difficult to get back to the original intention of our Republican expectations and virtues. Yesterday, I listened to a piece by former or member of the Council of Foreign Relations, Richard Haas, who has just put out a new book on this very subject. And one of the books he has is called The Bill of Obligations. And the Bill of Obligations is kind of a counterpart or the mirror image of the Bill of Rights. We take a lot of these rights to be given when in fact they all correspond to a equally important obligation we have as citizens. And I think a lot of that, at least the consistency in the application of it over our educational experience, over our day-to-day experience as taxpayers and shareholders has been lost. So I think that this bill will be different than it appears now. It is still a task force bill. We're going to try to make it more about the application of civics as education, more so than curriculum. And I am very committed to make sure that it is both ideologically and politically neutral, because you can get a lot of dissent and disagreement, which is part of the exercise of democracy. But I think it's important in this case that we as legislatures stick to the idea that we are all working on this as civic-minded people ourselves, and it needs to be non-ideological to what degree it can be. But I definitely would encourage my colleagues to support this bill, to bring it forward to the next stage, and hopefully to the floor here in the remainder of the session. Thanks, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Representative, and thank you also for your championing of this over the last number of years. It's always a pleasure to see members jump full force with mind, body, and soul into things that they are truly passionate about and what they know will make a difference throughout the state of Connecticut. So thank you for that. Any other questions or comments? Representative Poulos.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll be supporting this bill. We hear a lot of testimony come from people when we're sitting around this circle. And to me, when we're talking about instruction and curriculum, there's no more compelling testimony than that of a teacher. And so we need to trust our teachers that they know what's best for kids and what's best for schools. And again, I thank Mr. Brown for his hard work on this bill.
Thank you, Representative. Senator Patel.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Mr. Chair. I would associate my remarks with those previously made by Representative Zupkis. I totally agree with the dialogue thus far with respect to the importance of civics and American government and the need for this. This is, I would say this is equally as important as teaching financial literacy. It's something that all children coming out of our schools should be empowered with, and they should know how to be involved and become advocates and maybe sit in these very seats that we're in today at some point in the future. I'm gonna flag this today, and with all of that said, with a no vote, only because I want to see the work group that and I know we've committed to it. Representative Smith, I know you said that you're going to work to do that. I want to ensure, and just for myself as a reminder, that we get that work group to a truly nonpartisan level of participation, so that we can ensure that we are really creating a bill that is and a directive, a mandate, whatever we want to call it, to the State Department of Education to provide a really important and necessary piece of educational content. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Senator. Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, Madam Clerk.
Roll call vote on HB 6760, an act concerning civics education and media literacy. JF to the floor. Representative Curry,
Yes.
Senator McCrory,
Yes.
Representative McCarty,
Representative McCarty votes yes.
Senator Berthel,
Senator Berthel votes no.
Representative Leeper,
Yes.
Senator Winfield, Representative Barzano,
Reparseno votes yes.
Representative Belinsky,
Representative Belinsky votes yes.
Representative Brown,
Representative Brown votes yes.
Representative Candelaria, Representative Carney,
Representative Carney votes yes.
Representative Chaleski,
Representative Chaleski votes no.
Representative Comey,
Comey votes yes.
Representative Cook,
Cook votes yes.
Representative Cooley,
Representative Cooley votes yes.
Representative Dauphiné, Representative Felipe, Senator Flexer, Representative Poncello,
Representative Fonsallo votes yes.
Representative Jenga, Representative Gibson.
Representative Gibson votes yes.
Can you say that one more time, Representative?
Representative Gibson votes yes.
Thank you. Representative Haynes, Senator Harding, Representative Howard, Representative Dominique Johnson,
Representative Dominic Johnson votes yes.
Representative Susan Johnson,
Representative Susan Johnson votes yes.
Representative Kennedy,
Is that unlike most provider types,
Representative Khan,
federal law
Senator Kushner,
dictates how Medicaid.
Senator Maroney,
Maroney votes yes.
LCO has asked me to go back to Representative Dominique Johnson. Oh, Susan Johnson, sorry.
Representative Susan Johnson votes yes. Sorry,
Thank you.
thank you.
Walk into an
Representative Mara,
visit.
Representative McGee, Senator Miller,
Senator Miller votes yes.
Representative Napoli,
Representative Napoli votes yes.
Representative Paris, Representative Poulos,
Rep Poulos votes yes.
Representative Rader, Representative Reddington Hughes, Representative Roberts,
Representative Roberts votes yes.
Representative Emmanuel Sanchez, Representative Robert Sanchez,
Representative Robert Sanchez votes yes.
Senator Seminara,
Senator Seminara passes.
Representative Smith,
Representative Smith votes yes.
Representative Welander, and Representative Zupkis.
Representative Zupkis votes no.
Senator Winfield, yes.
Is there anyone online that we may have missed? Okay. Moving along to number 9 on our agenda, House Bill 6763. May I have a motion for JF to the floor? I have a motion by Representative Cook, a second by Representative Belinsky. 6763 is an act concerning an audit of the statewide mastery examination. This would require the FCE commissioner to audit our mastery exams by grade level and exam, and must develop a plan to improve, streamline, and reduce assessments after that audit is finished. I believe we've heard from some folks throughout the education systems that our students are tested. And I think this evaluation and assessment would give us additional information so that we can have additional conversations on how best to proceed with respect to testing our students, which we believe is important. But we're just want to ensure that it is not taking up too much instructional time away from what they should be learning in the classroom. Representative McCarty.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair, and I align my remarks with yours. I think it's a good timing that we take a look at what we're doing with testing, and are we streamlining, looking at costs, the whole gamut of the testing, possibly looking at new alternative strategies for assessment. But I would like to just state that we're not looking to lower any kind of standards or quality for our students measuring what their performance is. So just wanted to put that out there. And then finally, would the audit come back to the Education Committee once the department has finished with the audit and has looked at what we're doing with testing? The audit would come back to the Education Committee. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Thank you very much.
Any other questions for Representative Leeper?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I would love also if, in addition to just looking at how burdensome and expensive our statewide testing is, and I want to recognize that most of the testing is all federally mandated, but also evaluating whether or not, since No Child Left Behind required states to test every year between 3rd and 8th grade, and then again once in high school, where previously it was 3rd, 5th, 8th, I believe, whether or not we've seen an increase in student performance or growth. I think that is a really important metric when we're thinking about what the purpose of these assessments was to identify gaps so that we could better support our teachers to fill those gaps, and whether or not we've been successful in that. Because I think if we also looked over this time period over student anxiety, stress, joy of teaching, we might see the opposite trend. So I hope we could include some of those metrics in this audit as well. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, and look forward to the ongoing discussions, as this is likely going to continue to be a work in progress. Any other questions or comments from members? I don't see any online. Madam Clerk?
Roll call vote on HB 6763, an act concerning an audit of the statewide mastery examination. JF to the floor. Representative Curry,
Yes.
Senator McCrory,
Yes.
Representative McCarty,
Representative McCarty votes yes.
Senator Berthel,
Yes.
Representative Leeper,
Yes.
Senator Winfield,
Senator Winfield, yes.
Representative Arzeno,
Representative votes yes.
Representative Belinsky,
Representative Belinsky votes in the affirmative.
Representative Brown, Representative Candelaria, Representative Carney,
Representative Carney votes yes.
Representative Chaleski,
Representative Chaleski votes yes.
Representative Comey,
Representative Comey votes yes.
Representative Cook, Representative Cooley,
Representative Cooley, yes.
Representative Dauphiné, Representative Felipe, Senator Flexer, Representative Foncello, Representative Jenga, Representative Gibson.
Representative Gibson votes yes.
Say it one more time, Representative.
Representative Gibson votes yes.
One more time.
Representative Gibson votes yes.
Thank you. Representative Haynes, Senator Harding, Representative Howard, Representative Dominique Johnson.
Representative Dominic Johnson votes yes.
Representative Susan Johnson.
Representative Susan Johnson votes yes.
Representative Kennedy. Representative Khan. Senator Kushner. Senator Maroney.
Barone votes yes.
Representative Mara. Representative McGee. Senator Miller.
Senator Miller votes yes.
Representative Napoli.
Representative Napoli votes yes.
Representative Paris. Representative Poulos.
Rep Poulos votes yes.
Representative Rader. Representative Reddington Hughes. Representative Roberts.
Representative Roberts votes yes.
Representative Emmanuel Sanchez. Representative Robert Sanchez.
Representative Robert Sanchez votes yes.
Senator Seminara.
Senator Seminara votes yes.
Representative Smith. Representative Wheelander. Representative Zupkis.
Representative Zupkis votes yes.
Rep McGee votes yes. Thank you.
Is there anyone online that we may have missed? All right, seeing none, we'll move on to item number 10, House Bill 6842, LCO number 5861. May I have a motion for a JFS to the Appropriations Committee?
So moved. Second.
I have a motion by Representative Cook, a second by Representative Leaper. It's an act concerning the establishment of a local food for schools incentive program and expansion of the Connecticut Grown for Connecticut Kids grant program. This would require the State Department of Education to hire additional staffing to administer this program. It provides for funding for said program and the employees and supplemental grants. The substitute language that we have included changes an and to an or with respect to regional farms so that we don't require this regional farm to be located in every single state. I think that would be tough to do. We also move out the reporting date to January 1 of 2025. We increased the original request for the one employee, as SDE said they would need additional to be able to fulfill what we have put in this legislation. So that went from 1 to 2. And we also increased the appropriation from the original proposal from 250,000 to 300,000. Any comments or questions? Representative McCarty.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I think we heard throughout our public hearing how the incentive program for our schools, there was such the multitude of favorable remarks that were made, but we do understand that to buy from the local farm, it costs more than what you could usually obtain. So this is one of the reasons we need the incentive program so that we're able to supply the schools with those fresh products. And I thought the testimony was great. It's a win-win, I believe, for everyone. So the remarks I made earlier regarding were the Education Committee, and to look at that and to let the Appropriations Committee would deal with the funding aspect of the programs. The one question I did have, and I know this will be pleasing to a member, in line 8, it refers to dairy products. Would it be possible if the farm is selling milk as one of the products that the school could partner to buy the milk from the farm and including whole milks?
I'm sure they would be able to do so.
That's wonderful news. Thank you very much.
Any other questions or comments? Just give me 1 second. Oh, any other questions or comments? No, seeing none. Madam Clerk.
Roll call vote on HB 6842, an act concerning the establishment of a local food for schools incentive program and expansion of the CT Grown for CT Kids grant program, JFS to Appropriations, LCO 5861. Representative Curry.
Yes.
Senator McCrory,
Yes.
Representative McCarty,
Representative McCarty votes yes.
Senator Berthel,
Yes.
Representative Leeper,
Yes.
Senator Winfield,
Senator Winfield, yes.
Representative Arzano,
Representative votes yes.
Representative Belinsky,
Valinsky is a yes.
Representative Brown, Representative Candelaria, Representative Carney,
Representative Carney votes yes.
Representative Chaleski,
Representative Chaleski votes yes.
Representative Comey,
Representative Comey votes yes.
Representative Cook, Representative Cooley,
Representative Cooley votes yes.
Representative Dauphiné, Representative Felipe, Senator Flexer, Representative Fonsello, Representative Jenga, Representative Gibson.
Representative Gibson votes yes.
Can you say that one more time, Representative?
Representative Gibson votes yes.
One more time.
Representative Gibson votes yes.
Say it slower, please.
Representative Gibson votes yes.
Thank you. Representative Haynes. Senator Harding. Representative Howard. Representative Dominique Johnson.
Representative Dominic Johnson votes yes. Thank you.
Representative Susan Johnson.
Representative Susan Johnson votes yes.
Representative Kennedy. Representative Khan. Senator Kushner. Senator Maroney.
Maroney votes yes.
Representative Mara. Representative McGee.
McGee votes yes.
Senator Miller.
Senator Miller votes yes.
Can you say that one more time, Senator?
Senator Miller votes yes.
Thank you. Representative Napoli.
Representative Napoli votes yes.
Representative Paris. Representative Poulos.
Representative Poulos votes yes.
Representative Rader.
Representative Rader votes yes.
Representative Reddington Hughes. Representative Roberts.
Representative Roberts votes yes.
Representative Emmanuel Sanchez. Representative Robert Sanchez.
Representative Robert Sanchez votes yes.
Senator Seminara.
Senator Seminara votes yes.
Representative Smith.
Representative Smith votes yes.
Representative Welander. Representative Zupkis.
Rep. Zupkis votes yes.
Is there anyone online that we missed? All right, moving on to our last item of the day. Item number 11, House Bill 6843. May I have a motion for JF to the floor, please? I have a motion by Representative McCarty, a second by Representative Sanchez, Bobby Sanchez. House Bill 6843, an act concerning the career technical and educational system, would require the newly independent CTEC superintendent and chief workforce officer to jointly study the programs offered at the tech system schools and to determine whether they align with the technical careers available throughout our state. I think that with the emphasis that we've seen on graduating students and having them be college and or career ready, we want to ensure that the programs that we are offering at our technical high schools align, especially with the job openings in their respective areas, but also throughout the state of Connecticut, and to ensure that they have the necessary equipment to be able to provide this training, and whether or not that we should have discussions on maybe we need to see additional opportunities within their programs of study. I know we received testimony from the Office of Workforce Strategy indicating that they already do this. So I look forward to continuing those conversations with her and also with the newly appointed legislative liaison who sits in the back corner of our room, friendly face. But also important to note that the tech system, because they're newly independent, likely also deserves a spot on the governor's workforce council. I know it's not here in education and that's going through the Commerce Committee, but I hope that's also a conversation that we can have with the folks. Questions or comments? Representative McCarty.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, and thank you for those comments because I think it's an excellent proposal. I hope it's not duplicative in any way, but I do think we do have some emerging new trades going on and in different parts of our state that really need it. And so I think it's a good idea to have it aligned with what we're doing actually in the tech schools. So I am going to be supportive of this. We probably could have put this on consent today, but since it's our last bill, here we go. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Representative. No other comments or questions for the last time, Madam Clerk?
Roll call vote on HB 6843, an act concerning the Career Technical and Education System, JF to the floor. Representative Curry,
Yes.
Senator McCrory,
Yes.
Representative McCarty,
Representative McCarty votes yes.
Senator Berthel,
Berthel votes yes.
Representative Leeper,
Yes.
Senator Winfield,
Senator Winfield, yes.
Representative Arzano,
Representative votes yes.
Representative Belinsky,
Belinsky votes yes.
Representative Brown,
Representative Brown votes yes.
Representative Candelaria, Representative Carney,
Representative Carney votes yes.
Representative Chaleski,
Representative Chaleski votes yes.
Representative Comey,
Representative Comey votes yes.
Representative Cook, Representative Cooley,
Representative Cooley votes yes.
Representative Dauphiné, Representative Felipe, Senator Flexer, Representative Fonsello, Representative Jenga, Representative Gibson,
Representative Gibson votes yes.
Representative Haynes, Senator Harding, Representative Howard, Representative Dominique Johnson,
Representative Dominic Johnson votes yes.
Representative Susan Johnson,
Representative Susan Johnson votes yes.
Representative Kennedy,
Kennedy votes yes.
Representative Khan, Senator Kushner, Senator Maroney,
Maroney votes yes.
Representative Mara, Representative McGee, Senator Miller,
Senator Miller votes yes.
Representative Napoli,
Representative Napoli votes yes.
Representative Paris, Representative Poulos,
Chris Poulos votes yes.
Representative Rader,
Representative Rader votes yes.
Representative Reddington Hughes, Representative Roberts,
Representative Roberts votes yes.
Representative Emmanuel Sanchez, Representative Robert Sanchez,
Representative Robert Sanchez votes yes.
Senator Seminara,
Senator Seminar votes yes.
Representative Smith, Representative Welander, Representative Zupkis,
Rep. Zupkis votes yes.
Do we miss anyone online? All right, before we recess, just a quick update. So Wednesday is our next public hearing. We have quite a media agenda. So I'm guessing it's going to be a longer day. And then we are looking at JF meetings tentatively being held on Friday and then holding Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So more details to come on that. Any comments from my co-chair?
Nope. Enjoy your weekend.
Representative McCarty,
Ditto from Senator McCrory. Enjoy your weekend.
Senator Berthel. Any parting comments?
No, I hope everyone has a great weekend. I'm glad we're through with our work for the day. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Excellent. So we will recess until 3 when votes will be closed. We will reconvene and adjourn. Have an easy weekend, everyone.
Rosalie,
One moment, Senator.
Vote till 3:00.
I'm trying to vote on Zoom, but nobody's,
your microphone is on.
oh, sorry. Is nobody here to take our votes, Senator?
She's here. She asked me to wait for a second. Yes, Rosalie.
Okay, thank you.
Rosalie, I'm just checking to make sure that I didn't miss a vote. I'm sorry.
One moment. Sorry, it's a bit loud in here. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Sorry for the delay. I was getting some votes in the room.
Oh.
So, let's see. I believe I got for one. I got you for all of them, Senator. You're all
Okay.
set.
What, so we held number 9?
Sorry?
Did we hold number 9?
No, you're
Okay. Thank you.
no problem. Representative Daphne?
Hi. I need to vote.
Yes.
Oops, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me right, Representative?
I can now.
Okay. So the first one was SB 1029. An act concerning the legislative commissioner's recommendations for technical revisions to the education and early childhood statutes. That was a JF to the floor. How would you like to vote?
Rep. Daphne votes yes.
And then SB 1095, an act concerning school resource officers, JFS to the floor.
Yes. Rep. Daphne votes no.
Can you repeat that, Representative? It's a bit loud in here.
Rep. Daphne votes no.
Thank you. SB 1097, an act concerning school nurses, JFS, to the floor.
Rep. Daphne votes no.
Thank you. SB 1164, an act concerning a review of the regulations relating to education, JF, to the floor.
Rep. Daphne votes yes.
SB 1165, an act concerning financial literacy instruction, JF, to the floor.
Rep. Daphne votes no.
Thank you. HB 6663, an act establishing the English Learners Bill of Rights, JFS, to approps.
Rep. Daphne votes no.
Thank you. HB 6758, an act concerning staffing for certain roles at the Department of Education, JF, to the floor.
Rep. Daphne votes no.
HB 6760, an act concerning civics education and media literacy, JF, to the floor.
Rep. Daphne votes no.
HB 6763, an act concerning an audit of the statewide mastery examination, JF, to the floor.
Rep. Daphne votes yes.
HB 6842, an act concerning the establishment of a local food for schools incentive program and expansion of the CT Grown for CT Kids grant program, JFS, to approps.
Rep. Daphne votes no.
HB 6843, an act concerning the career technical and education system, JF, to the floor.
Rep. Daphne votes yes.
Okay, you're all set.
Thank you.
There's still a few people. That'll be it. I will. Representative Howard.
There we go. Sorry, Rosalie, I couldn't unmute. I'd like to vote.
Sorry, Representative, it's a bit hard to hear you.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to my next spot. I get there, I'll stop and I'll log back in.
Okay, we have votes open until 3, so you have until then. Okay, Representative Kennedy. Rep. Kennedy, are you there? I'll go to Rep. Gibson.
Hi, Rosalie, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm just checking to see if I missed any votes.
Yes, let me check for that. We got you on 13. Okay, I think you're all set, Representative.
Thank you, Rosalie. Have a great weekend.
You as well. Rep. Rader.
Hi, thank you.
Hi.
I think I was driving back home, so I missed most of the votes, so.
Yes. So you missed SB 1029, an act concerning the Legislative Commissioner's recommendations for technical revisions to the Education and Early Childhood Statutes, JF, to the floor. How would you like to vote?
I vote yes.
SB 1095, an act concerning school resource officers, JFS to the floor. How would you like to vote?
Yes.
SB 1097, an act concerning school nurses, JFS to the floor. How would you like to vote?
Yes.
SB 1164, an act concerning a review of the regulations relating to education, JF to the floor.
Yes.
SB 1160. Oh, I got you for that one.
I stopped my car to vote for that one. Because I'm involved with the bill, but thank you. Yeah.
HB 6663, an act establishing the English Learners Bill of Rights, JFS to approves.
Yes.
HB 6758, an act concerning staffing for certain roles at the Department of Education, JF to the floor.
Yes.
HB 6760, an act concerning civics education and media literacy, JF to the floor.
Yes.
HB 6763, an act concerning an audit of the statewide mastery examination, JF to the floor.
Yes.
HB 6842, an act concerning the establishment of a local food for schools incentive program and expansion of the CT Grown for CT Kids grant program, JFS to approves.
Yes.
Oh, for that one, and I got you for the last one. You're all set.
Okay, thank you so much, Rosalie. Have a good day.
Today, I do anticipate there will be some resources
Kennedy.
for the department.
Hi, Rosalie. You could just move on to Rep Napoli and then just do me last because I'm about to vote in another committee as well. Okay.
No problem.
Thank you. Go ahead, Rep Napoli.
Thanks, Representative. Hi, Rosalie.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good, thanks.
Let me check on what you missed. SB
I missed a couple of-
1095, act concerning school resource officers, JFS to the floor.
Yes.
SB 1097, an act concerning school nurses, JFS to the floor.
Yes.
SB 1164, an act concerning a review of the regulations relating to education.
Yes.
SB 1165, an act concerning financial literacy instruction.
Yes.
I think you're all set.
Okay, great. Thank you. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Okay, Rosalie. All right, let me make sure you can see me. Did I vote on number 4, SB 1164?
Let me see. I did not get you for that one.
Okay, that was a yes. SB 1164 is a yes.
Okay.
And then I believe 8, 9, and 10 I missed.
Okay.
8 is HB 6760. And that's a yes.
Okay.
HB 6763 is a yes. And number 10, HB 6842 is a yes.
Great, thank you.
Thank you so much, Rosalie. Have a wonderful weekend.
You as well.
Okay, bye-bye.
Hi, Rosalie. Is this any better?
Much better. Let me just get Rep Brown and Senator Maroney's votes real quick, if that's okay.
Perfectly. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Okay, Rep Brown. So here, just get on camera.
It's like being a teacher in the class.
Yeah. Okay, so HB 6763, how would you like to vote?
I vote yes.
Okay. And HB 6842, how would you like to vote?
I vote yes. Thank you.
No problem. All right, Senator.
Seriously.
Okay, yes. So SB 1029.
Yes.
You've got that one. SB 1097.
Yes.
SB 1164.
Yes.
SB 1165.
Yes.
HB 6663.
Yes.
HB 6758.
Yes.
I think we got you for the rest.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. All right, Representative Howard.
Hi, Rosalie. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thanks.
Okay. Would you like me to read off the titles in addition to the numbers? You're good
No,
with just the numbers?
I'm good. Just the
Great.
numbers is fine.
Okay. So SB 1029,
Yes,
SB 1095.
that's the SRO bill, right?
Yes.
I'm a no.
Okay. SB 1097,
Yes,
SB 1164,
yes,
SB 1165,
yes,
HB 6663,
yes,
HB 6758,
yes,
HB 6760,
no,
HB 6763,
yes,
HB 6842,
yes.
and HB 6843.
Yes.
Great, you're all set.
Thank you so much. Have a great
No
weekend.
problem. You as well.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Hi, Rep. Khan. Are you there, Representative?
Hey, yes.
Okay, are you able to turn your camera on?
Yep, give me 1 second.
No problem.
Okay.
All right. Would you like me to read off the titles or is the numbers?
Can you read the titles? Yes, please.
Yeah. So we have SB 1029, an act concerning the Legislative Commissioner's recommendations for technical revisions to the Education and Early Childhood Statutes. JF to the floor.
Yes.
SB 1095, an act concerning school resource officers. JFS to the floor.
Yes.
SB 1097, an act concerning school nurses. JFS to the floor.
Yes.
SB 1164, an act concerning a review of the regulations relating to education. JF to the floor.
An act concerning the reviews related to the regulation of education. Okay, yes.
SB 1165, an act concerning financial literacy instruction. JF to the floor.
Yes.
HB 6663, an act establishing the English Learners Bill of Rights. JFS to approves.
Yes.
HB 6758, an act concerning staffing for certain roles at the Department of Education. JF to the floor.
Yes.
HB 6760, an act concerning civics education and media literacy. JF to the floor.
Yes.
HB 6763, an act concerning an audit of the statewide mastery examination, JF to the floor.
Yes.
HB 6842, an act concerning the establishment of a local food for schools incentive program and expansion of the CT Growing for CT Kids grant program, JFS to approves.
Yes.
And HB 6843, an act concerning the career technical and education system, JF to the floor.
Yes.
Thank you. You're all set.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend.
apparently.
You have to have a camera? Okay.
It's like I'm being interviewed.
All right, Representative Felipe. How would you like to vote on HB 6760?
Rep. Felipe votes yes.
HB 6763,
Rep. Felipe votes yes.
HB 6842,
Rep. Felipe votes yes.
and HB 6843.
Rep. Felipe votes yes.
All right, you're all set.
Rosie, may I have your ID? I need to get in my office.
Just say no.
In my office.
Your ID's in your office?
Yeah.
Gotta get one of these things, man.
But. Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
I think I only missed the last two.
Got you for that one. I think you just missed the last one, but we can go through again. So how would you like to vote on HB 6843?
Cook votes yes.
And
It might have only been the last one.
double check just to be safe. Okay, I think you're good.
Okay, if not, I'm next door in public health. If you see that in something else.
Got it.
Henry, you gotta be on the camera. You have to be on the camera.
Be on,
Yeah, I can't be a person. You can see me. This
they,
is a stupid thing.
it's not required, but they prefer that we do it this way. Okay, so got you for that
I think I
one.
got the first 7 bills.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah,
Yep. Okay, HB 6760, how would you like to vote?
sure. Yes,
How would you like to vote on HB 6763?
yes, Yes.
HB, let me just state it, HB 6842. Yes. And HB 6843.
yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Perfect. Great. Thank you. Nice to hear.
That's funny. Oh, you gotta be on the camera when you're live.
We'll have to have you be on camera. Oops.
Sorry.
You're good. Okay.
And I got you, I think, bill number 7, was it, that I voted on?
Which one? 5, 8, yes, yeah.
Okay, and that would be no.
Okay. No on,
Bill number 7. Wait,
so
or-
6, we got you for this one.
Oh, okay,
We're
8.
on HB 6760.
Okay, no,
HB 6763.
yes,
HB 6842
no,
and HB 6843.
yes.
Great.
Okay, and you had me the first one, SB 1029, yes, correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you
All
very
right.
much.
Have a great weekend.
Sorry.
Hi, Representative. You're muted.
If I only had a brain.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Oh, sorry, I muted my own volume. All right. Would you like me to read the titles of the bills in addition to the numbers, or are the numbers just okay?
The numbers are just fine. Thank you.
Okay. SB 1029, JF to the floor.
Representative Sanchez votes yes.
SB 1095, JFS to the floor.
Representative Sanchez votes yes.
SB 1097, JFS to the floor.
Representative Sanchez votes yes.
SB 1164, JF to the floor.
Representative Sanchez votes yes.
SB 1165, JF to the floor.
Representative Sanchez votes yes.
HB 6663, JFS to approps.
Representative Sanchez votes yes.
HB 6758, JF to the floor.
Representative Sanchez votes yes.
HB 6760, JF to the floor.
Representative Sanchez votes yes.
HB 6763, JF to the floor.
Representative Sanchez votes yes.
HB 6842, JFS to approps.
Representative Sanchez votes yes.
And HB 6843, JF to the floor.
Representative Sanchez votes yes.
All right, you're all set.
Thank you. Take care.
Have a great weekend.
You too. Bye.
To be on Zoom?
Yeah, here.
Yeah, just right on mine.
Appreciate that.
So I just, do I interject myself and?
I think so. You should be
Hello.
unmuted and everything. I'm not.
Hi,
Hello, I can't actually see you on camera.
okay, yeah, 1 second. She's asking for camera.
Oh,
There we go.
That's why.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Senator. I'm good. How are
Hi,
you?
good, thank you.
Okay, would you like me to read off the titles in addition to the numbers, or the numbers? All right.
The titles, please, if you don't mind.
Sure. So SB 1029, an act concerning the Legislative Commissioner's recommendations for technical revisions to the Education and Early Childhood Statutes. JF to the floor.
Yeah, yes.
And can you just state your name?
Yep, Senator Harding votes yes.
Thank you. SB 1095, an act concerning school resource officers. JFS to the floor.
Senator Harding votes no.
SB 1097, an act concerning school nurses. JFS to the floor.
Senator Harding votes yes.
SB 1164, an act concerning a review of the regulations relating to education. JF to the floor.
Senator Harding votes yes.
SB 1165, an act concerning financial literacy instruction. JF to the floor.
Senator Harding votes yes.
HB 6663, an act establishing the English Learners Bill of Rights. JFS to approach.
Senator Harding votes yes.
HB 6758, an act concerning staffing for certain roles at the Department of Education. JF to the floor.
Senator Harding votes yes.
HB 6760, an act concerning civics education and media literacy. JF to the floor.
Senator Harding votes yes.
HB 6763, an act concerning an audit of the statewide mastery examination. JF to the floor.
Senator Harding votes yes.
HB 6842, an act concerning the establishment of a local food for schools incentive program and expansion of the CT Grown for CT Kids grant program. JFS to approach.
Senator Harding votes yes.
HB 6843, an act concerning the career technical and education system. JF to the floor.
Senator Harding votes yes.
All right, you're all set.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Have a great
Thank you
evening.
for your help.
No problem. Thank you. Have a good one. You too.
Hello.
Have you sit down to keep the on camera?
Sure.
Thanks. Higher than I expected. I voted for a few.
Yes. All right, Representative Mara. SB 1097.
Yes.
SB 1164.
Yes.
SB 1165.
No.
HB 6663.
Yes.
HB 6758.
Yes.
HB 6760.
No.
HB 6763.
Yes.
HB 6842.
Yes.
And HB 6843.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Have a great weekend.
Thanks, you too.
We just need you on camera over here. Sit over here so you're on camera.
Oh, gosh. Did everybody vote? How did it go? Looks like it was pretty
Yeah, it was pretty straightforward the
Okay.
rest of the way. Okay. All right, Representative Wheelander. How would you like to vote on SB 1165?
Representative Wheelander votes yes.
HB 6663,
Representative Wheelander votes yes.
HB 6758,
Representative Wheelander votes yes.
HB 6760,
Representative Wheelander votes yes.
HB 6763,
Representative Wheelander votes yes.
HB 6842,
Rep. Wheelander votes yes.
and last one, HB 6843.
Representative Wheelander votes yes.
Great,
Awesome. Thank you so much.
no problem. Have a great weekend.
You too. Is that the last one? You guys get to.
Rosalie, we have another senator here to testify or vote.
Oh, I almost didn't make it. I was in public health.
I don't think what the buzzer so far.
Hi, Senator.
Hello, how are you? Are you still downstairs?
Good. Let me just. Can you hear me all right?
Barely, you have to speak up.
Can you hear me better now?
Yes.
I think it was because my laptop was far away from me. We got you on the first view. How would you like to vote on HB 6760?
That's a yes.
Okay. Can you state your name?
Senator Kushner votes yes.
Thank you. HB 6763.
Senator Kushner votes yes.
HB 6842
Senator Kushner votes yes.
and HB 6843.
Senator Kushner votes yes.
Great, thank you.
And when's the next meeting? Is it public? It's a public hearing on Monday?
On Wednesday, we have a public hearing at noon.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Thank you.
Have a good weekend.